Hello and welcome to a morning review on Thursday the 15th of January. This is Kim Watson speaking for Easy Trader. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first, and yesterday we saw the lows taken out early on, and then more of a rally. Then it's come back and sort of hit the sort of back into the chop zone. Really, very difficult to try and work out direction. There's parts thinking, well, it could at some point with this reversal candle in yesterday run back upwards, but it's looking very choppy on the shorter time frames. Come down to the hourly, you see it's consolidated in quite a tight range. Overall it's in a relatively tight range as well. At the moment I've sort of just drawn on a couple of trend lines here. I'd be probably looking for the longs above the upper trend line here, being a bit wary of these previous highs, and below the trend line that I've drawn on there, looking more towards the shorts. It's at the moment it's quite decisive. It has put this hourly hammer in there. Whether that can gain any traction and we see the further upside, well, we could push up then for back towards yesterday's highs, the 200 moving average, etc. So there is a possibility it could get, as I say, a bit of momentum and move up to that direction. But it's early days yet. Very indecisive chart pattern there. No significant news due out today, which really would affect it, apart from any ad hoc data that may be released during the day or comments. Looking at the pound dollar, not too dissimilar, although we did yesterday get a reasonable, ended up on a reasonable update to push up, and it held on to most of those gains throughout the day there. It's pulled off a little bit at the moment. It could just come back. I've left this previous trend line on there. It could come back and test that. I mean, it just shoot straight through that yesterday. It'd been in for quite a period there. It'd been in quite a chop zone, but managed to break through, take out the stops, etc. Pull back within, and then eventually push back up. And there's potential it may want to run up further. Has run up against some resistance sort of levels, but we'll see where we move from here. Looking at the 60-minute time frame, just getting a bit of a guide to the shorter intermediate time. Well, again, at the moment it's rolling over here, and it could just continue on this roll. It's from the 60 minutes. I mean, it's just hasn't managed to push up or make a new high or anything. It's just sort of been consistent consolidation through the Asian session. Broken back down here, could come back down towards the 34.50 moving average. The key moving average here is as support. Any break of this upward trend, this trend line here, the descending trend line there, I'd be looking more towards the upside potential with yesterday's highs in mind. At the moment though, it's erring towards the bearish side of things. Dollar yen then. Dollar yen strengthened for quite some period yesterday. But then gave it back later in the day, and at the moment it looks like it's pushing back again. From a 4-hourly perspective, we can see it's retested the 21 moving average, the 4-hourly 21. If it can get beyond that, well, we could see it push back towards 34.50s, etc. But at the moment, it's just, if you look at the size of the movement of these bars, they're getting smaller, and it looks like the 4-hourly bars, it could just sort of roll back again, which would suggest strength for the yen. Similar picture here. You've got a bit of a divergence going on in the hourlies here. It hasn't yet gotten back and hit that 117 area, so that may provide a target area if it does start rolling over and effectively the yen strengthening against the dollar. Looking finally at the Aussie dollar, we had some good news come out through the Asian session. The unemployment figures came out, which were significantly better than expectation. So we've seen a decent push up so far this morning since then, since just after midnight. Yesterday's hammer there just really put in a sign of potential consolidation and continuation, which we're pretty much seeing now. We're just running into this 34 moving average. If you can break through this, well, the monthly pivot could be on, and then eventually maybe even the 50 daily 50 moving average. it's probably getting towards the sort of overbought. Yeah, it's not too far off these sort of overbought levels on the 4 hourly perspective, but we've got plenty of distance and plenty of movement yet on the dailies. Short-term hourlies, or intermediate term, should I say, really. Again, it's getting a bit overbought here. No divergences yet, though, so it could push on. And as I say, the target could well be that that monthly pivot. I mean, if we do see a sell-off and some strengthening of the dollar, maybe a break of this lower trend line may give the short side. But at the moment, with the way it's running, it's quite difficult to try and catch in on part of the action. But there might be, as I say, an opportunity and a retracement to get in and ride it back up to the monthly pivot. It tried it a few days ago on Monday. It could just push up there today. Right, that's it for me. Very little significant news today. There's a few US reports coming out, PPI coming out, unemployment claims, normal weekly figures, and the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. They can create a little bit of volatility, but not significant. We've got the German Buber president speaking at 4:15 this afternoon, 16:15 UK time, which again may create a bit of volatility in the markets. As he is talking about the outlook for the new year, that in itself may create some volatility, but I'll be well done with my trading by then. Have a great day. Bye for now.